All right, man. So Erislandy Lara gives his 2 cents on Crawford and Canelo. He says it becomes a 50-50 fight if, depending on how Crawford in the early rounds or just in general too, handles Canelo's power. He said one thing he used versus Canelo was he used his legs. And he said if Crawford can use his legs and not allow Canelo Alvarez to beat him up on his arms and his wrists and his shoulders, he has a great chance of winning. And that's not just sitting in front of him. And the thing about the Lara fight, where I scored it a draw, Lara in the first few rounds, I mean, he smoked Canelo. But the difference things about Lara, and I'm not saying he lesser or greater than the fighter than Terence Crawford, because, they was the 2 different weight classes. He was at 54 and stuff, but I think Lara's the greatest premier boxing champion fighter of all time. But here goes where the issue lie at, right? He don't have the creativity that Crawford has. Lara's really a 1-2 guy. He might throw a hook there and there, but he's really repetitive. He reminds you of Canelo of a way where Canelo throws the same combinations, the same speed. It's the same. There's no creativity in this game, right? When you look at Lara, he's just mostly a 1-2 puncher. He'll roll out. He'll throw a hook there and there. But he's really just trying to snipe you with the 2, get off the 1 as a southpaw, right? He don't do too much flamboyant stuff. He get busy. He know what he is, and he do that. Now, for Lara to do something different and really be aggressive and take it to a fighter, you know what I'm saying? You got to hurt him. If you hurt Lara, he'll turn into a monster. But with Bud, the creativity is just not being a 1-2 guy. He can throw hooks. He can throw combinations. He can throw uppercuts. He can lead off. He can go lefty. He can go righty. He's a great body puncher. He can finish you off. He can walk you down. He can get you out there with 1 shot, 2, 3 shots. He can hit you with a shot that you don't see coming. So the creativity is a little bit different. Lara, he had a lot of success with Canelo with his 1-2 and his 2 and all that. And he kept rolling out, I believe, into Canelo's left hook. He kept rolling out into Canelo's left hook. So he would get off his left, straight left, and he'd roll to his right. And Canelo Alvarez just started throwing a left hook to the body where Lara was going to be. So Lara didn't do anything different. That's why the fight got close. Lara didn't say, you know what, I'm going to get this right hook off, you know what I'm saying, and then dress the left hook off, or you know what, I'm going to start dominating with my lead hand and move to my left away from the left hook. Or instead of just rolling out to my right, I'm going to hit the 1, I'm going to go to 1-2, I'm going to throw the 2, and then I'm going to clinch him where he can't get that. He didn't do nothing different. He didn't do anything different. So, but I think, when you move up in weight, that's the number one thing you worried about is the punch. Then you worried about the speed. Then you worried about just the physicality. See, people think physicality and power are the same thing. You could be a strong fighter and not be a big puncher. All right? So that's what you're really worried about, the power. I mean, the physicality after the power. How you hold yourself in the clinch. Can he bully you and push you around the ring? How strong you gonna be? You know what I'm saying? Because that physicality, if you can't physically hold your own, then it's imperative that conditioning got to be there, and that's another one of your advantages, your speed of your conditioning. And that's where a lot of guys like Amir Khan and Kell Brook pretty much, Amir Khan fell off versus Canelo. He kept doing the same thing over and over again. Well, that's why he fell off. But the speed kills. But if you can maintain your speed and your conditioning, you're gonna have you have a good chance. But just the grind and the punching in the arms and then the clinches and him laying on you and all that type of stuff. But the one reason why people get Crawford the benefit of the doubt in that department is because him and Usyk used to wrestle, so you can kind of tell they understand leverage. So you understand this, and wrestlers understand this, defensive, offensive linemen understand this. Low man wins. It's the same thing in boxing. Low man wins. If you are standing straight up in the clinch, and like Water was for Fury, you just tire yourself out. But if you drop your weight in your center of gravity and get up under him, now you're using his power. He using his power against him, using his strength against him. That's what Usyk do so well. When Fury tried to lay on him, he just dropped his weight and got up under him. That way, you actually get the rest. It's kind of like how can I explain it? It's kind of like if you got a heavy box and you waiting on your girlfriend to come down, so your children to come, so you just sit down. So you sit the heavy box on your lap. That's what it feels like. You still feel how heavy the box is, but it's not as draining or it's not fatiguing you like that. So that's what it's like when you drop that weight. They really are spending all the energy coming down, and all you're doing is just sitting there using their weight against them. So Crawford understands in those clinches that he knows how to drop the weight and really wear Canelo out. So, and I would say also the body punching is something to worry about. I think it's critical for Crawford to know Canelo's body punching early. That way, if you don't take the punishment to the body early on, and it's a close fight, or you running off with the fight, he ain't worried about the body shots no more. He gonna be head hunting. In the first 4 rounds of the fight, it's about the body punch. Body punching is critical. That way, Canelo know he get tired down the stretch. He knows that he can at least he can wear Crawford out. But if he don't go to the body, or Crawford able to kind of take the body punching away in the first half of the fight, he should be okay if he can take the punch. So Lara makes some good points there. And the question is, can Crawford still use his legs? And I heard somebody, K.L. Brooks, said that Crawford's really not known to be a mover like Floyd. Well, we seen the Victor Postal fight. Crawford came in that fight, and that was some years ago, but he showed it. That fight reminded me of Floyd Mayweather versus Diego Corrales fight. If you watch that Postal fight, I think obviously Mayweather was more aggressive. And that straight right hand was on point that night. He was more aggressive in that fight. But Crawford was on his toes the whole fight. And there wasn't nothing Postal can do about it. And Crawford didn't get tired. And he hit Postal with some shots that he didn't see coming. And if I had a hunch, I think some of that might be in the game plan. He fighting a similar fighter in the simple fact that Canelo is a cemented foot, and Postal had better footwork. He's a smaller guy. But their feet ain't the best. And that movement killed them. And I'm also seeing Crawford train with that weight vest on too. I seen it was a video that Marcus Villegas put up from Fight Hub. Shout out to Marcos. And he was climbing, I guess they're in Colorado Springs. He was coming down them stairs down the mountain. And the fan was like, they was like, basically, one of his boys was doing the mountain with him. I thought it was Bernie, but it wasn't. It was a white guy. He was like, best fighter in the world. He was like, he fights? He said, well, wait. He said, Who is he fighting next? In what way? He said he fight Canelo Alvarez. He said, oh, credit to you, dude. You're fighting Canelo. You're fighting Canelo. He had that weight vest on. And I don't know how much it is, but I remember, give y'all a story. I remember Sean Kemp. He played for the, Sacramento, Seattle Supersonics and the league and everything. Y'all remember Sean Kemp won the, original Blake Griffin, right? He had gained a lot of weight one year. He said he used the weight vest. That weight vest is the reason he cut weight. He got smaller. That weight vest is the reason he got smaller. He lost a lot of weight. So with that weight vest that Crawford wearing, yes, that helps you cut weight. And it's no different than for my people that watch Dragon Ball Z. When Goku trained with, walked around with the weighted clothes, the weighted wristband, the weighted shoes, the weighted, training clothes. It makes you faster. It makes you faster. But also for Crawford, I would think he's wearing it for fourth quarter work. And what I mean by fourth quarter work is that when you get to 9, 10, 11, 12 rounds and you stressing and you need to push through that weight vest help you push through it. The extra 20 pounds, the extra 10, 15, 30 pounds on that weight vest, when the going get tough in the gym and they running with it, he running that extra mile with it, he punching the bag with it, he shadow boxing with it. That way when he gets to the fight, with the added weight that he put on, if he come in at 68, 65, 64, with the added weight, his body is conditioned to push through that wall of fatigue. See, people, one thing, like when you're running, anybody that do any type of conditioning, like when you run, you go through phases when you run, and everybody's phases is different, right? Depending on how long you run. It's that one point in your run where if you're running a mile, for me, it's like half. You get to the half mile mark and you want to quit. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's the time where you push through it. So you go faster. And then you start to feel good. You're like, okay, I can do this. I can push through this. And you push through it. And you might hit another wall like that. And you push through it. You got to push through it. With that weight vest, it helps you push through those fatigue walls that you go through. It's not just for cutting weight. It's to help you push through. It's help you to push through the tough times in that fight. So that weight vest, it ain't just to cut weight. And I don't think he have a problem cutting weight. I think that weight vest is from around 9, 10, 11, and 12. That's all I had to say, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the link in the description. Check out the Free Game 89 channel, Emergency Sport Detroit channel, Cash App, Venmo, CJ Good 313. Everything inside the link tree, Instagram, Facebook, the whole nine. They took me out the algorithm shadow ban off Facebook, so I started posting on there, the lives and stuff again on there and posting. So, peace.